Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. I pray everyone's super blessed. We will be live momentarily. As usual, if we can get 750 likes on the stream, we will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. And one more thing, guys, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Jason_Casper. You can do me a favor, go ahead and share this stream. I just tweeted it on Twitter. Let's try and get some more people in here. So potentially, we could get 750 likes. Wouldn't that be wonderful and amazing? I think so. I think so. Here we are, live. Shout out to Broke Forever. Oh, you guys need me to be a little bit louder, huh? You guys need me to be, well, I think the music might have been what made me a little bit quiet. Shout out to Past Tranak88 who chicken pecked the like button. Shout out to Matthew Haynes. and J-Boy Bullish holding it down with the rents, shilling my own affiliate / product links. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to TJB. What's going on, TJB? And the Crypto Bull and Jack Maniac and Al Royale. What's going on, guys? God bless everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Vibhu from India. That's cool, man. That is cool. Well, guys, this is the current Bitcoin long trade that I am in right now. This is the setup that we did give over in the VIP Discord this morning. A potential scalp trade coming down to this very key area, the golden pocket, the Fibonacci, one of my favorite levels. I love golden pockets. I love them so much. You guys know, I actually line my pockets with gold. Now, of course, it's not real gold, guys. It's gold colored plastic. Because I don't actually make any money trading. I'm only a paper trader. This is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. I'm just an entertainer out here. Crooked glasses, Pikachu hat. Make sure to FOMO into the like button. Of course, I did TP1 at a 0.5% move. And let's see how much we can get from this, guys. Let's see how much we can get from this. I want to dive into Bitcoin today. And I want to do some TA. Because Bitcoin, in my opinion, guys, is coiling up for a massive move. And speaking of massive moves, speaking of massive, okay, this move so far has been a almost 1% move. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, 1%? 1%? That's minuscule. Well, let me tell you something. If you had the plan in advance and you scalped it right from the level and you're using leverage, right? That's not a bad move. Let's say you used 50x leverage, right? And you put 2% of your account on the trade with a tight stop loss. I mean, you're risking basically nothing, and you could have just made 1% on your whole account. Or you could use 1x leverage and made 1% on your whole account with 100% of your account in the trade. So you can still do well with these tiny moves, especially if you market in and limit out. And so I'm going to close off some of these things I got on my chart, and we are going to talk about what potentially may happen with Bitcoin. Because if we go to a higher time frame here, we can see that things have been getting very, 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 very tight in this range, right? We've been trading in this sideways range for quite some time. I think since the 5th or the 6th of January. And as we are consolidating here, we can see that the swings get less and less, right? We get a big dip to the downside, massive pump, massive dump, pump this time, lower high, dump, higher low, pump, lower high, dump, higher low, pump, lower high. We are consolidating in what one might call a triangular formation here, something along these lines. And of course, this is just roughly drawn. But usually, most of the time, when we consolidate, we get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, tighter and tighter. What tends to happen is we get a massive move, right? It's just a massive move until kapam. Okay, so we're going to talk about what is going to happen. Honestly, guys, it depends. Okay, it depends. It depends. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. You shouldn't have. Okay, it depends. And here's the thing. When we're doing technical analysis, we have to make sure that whatever happens, whether price pumps or dumps, that we have a plan in advance and that we're confident. We're confident knowing that whatever happens, we have a plan. One of the worst things that traders do is they trade without a plan. They come to the charts and they start flopping and groping because they're chasing price. They're caught off guard. They're always waiting for that massive move and trying to long the breakout of resistance and all this. Instead, they should sit down and have a plan to be confident. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think this guy has a plan? Of course he does. Of course he does. You do not, as a grown man, walk around with your hands on your hips and that smile unless you are super confident in your trades, okay? Unless you're super confident in your trades. So let's kind of get into this, guys. Let's get into this, okay? So first of all, Bitcoin, the mini range. Well, what am I even talking about, guys? The coffee is too strong this morning. The coffee is way too strong this morning, guys. Shout out to Higher Crypto. Shout out to Duper. Did it front run that golden pocket, Donnie? I don't know. I actually took the trade pretty much because I saw that bullish div, and I also had my white line drawn on the chart, and it bounced off my white line. So sometimes I trust my white lines more than I trust the actual golden pockets, right? Don't mess with those white lines. So pretty much what we have going on here is we have this massive sideways range. And I think in order to get the proper context of the market here, we do have to go to a higher time frame, such as the daily. And we have to see that we have clearly a change in market structure here. Very clear change in market structure from the 10th of November. We must remember the 10th of November, I remember that day very clearly. I remember where I was standing when we hit this all-time high. I was in the kitchen. I was eating something, okay, at the kitchen counter when I saw Bitcoin hit that all-time high. And I looked over to my wife. Shout out to my wife, Big Butts 28. And I said, this is fantastic. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? That Bitcoin is almost $70,000. And from that point onward, all my dreams and hopes were crushed as I had to sell everything I owned, as I hodled diamond hands down to the bottom in this downtrend, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, to the bottom. And now we can see that instead of actually continuing with the downtrend or moving into an uptrend, like I said before, we're doing the higher lows and the lower high thing. And so this is very interesting. And so the overall context of the market right now that we have to keep in the back of our minds, we have to understand the macro if we're going to be able to trade the micro properly. The overall context of this is that we were in a, and still technically are in, a very intense downtrend with a consolidation point. So there's basically two possibilities that could happen here. Possibility one is that we break this thing to the upside. Possibility two is that we break this thing to the downside. And so we have to be prepared and understand, if we do break to the upside, what's the target? If we break to the downside, what's the target? And just understanding basic market structure can kind of help us. What's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here, Pops. My Pops is here. Shout out to my Pops.
Howdy, y'all.
And not extrapolate, estimate where we could find support, right? And so, if we just look at the market structure here, we can see that if we break to the downside, we do have some pretty interesting levels down here that are key supports. And if we break to the upside, we also have some key levels that are resistance, okay? And so that's pretty much the groundwork, the framework that we have to have going into this consolidation point. Now, the two juiciest levels that I'm currently looking at right now are going to be, number one, if we do break to the upside, we have two key areas of resistance that we need to be aware of, and they're both fib levels. The first one is going to be this $46,000, $47,000 area. Now, this would be a potential fake out, which would catch a lot of people off guard, which would actually help whales fill massive short positions. Here's why. Let's say that we do now break out of this resistance here. People are going to start getting very bullish, and people are going to start taking longs, especially if we break out and retest and then do something like this, okay? People are going to be getting extremely bullish on Bitcoin. But what will happen is we will actually smack dab right into a very high volume node. In fact, if we look at all the volume that traded from the summertime to our current day, we can see that we're going to smack right into this very high volume node, which could provide massive amounts of liquidity into the market where, like I said, whales could fill massive orders, all the retail traders longing. And what could happen is we could get a massive rejection, And that could take us down to some of these lows. The second target that I would really be looking for if we break to the upside would be this beautiful golden pocket right here. And the reason I love this golden pocket so much is because I love it when fibs and volume levels collaborate together and create duets, musical duets that really do make you feel a certain way, right? Makes you feel a certain way. If we look at that golden pocket and we also take the volume that Bitcoin traded throughout the entire year of 2021 up to our current day, we can see that we do have some kind of intersectionality right here. And shout out, by the way, to all my fat, white, pink-haired, ambiguously gendered college students. I know how much you guys love intersectionality. I also love me some dang intersectionality. And you can see where we do have this nice intersectionality coming on right here. So that would be actually the second target that I have to the upside for this triangle. And after I go through the macro, we're going to break down the micro and kind of see, well, what is likely to happen as we're consolidating in this triangular shape. Now, a few things I would like to point out. First of all, we could draw a really nice trend line right here. And we could see that, you know, essentially, if we, and I can adjust this slightly here. People have been drawing this in different ways, okay? I had my man Frankie Candles, or Frankie Candales is how they say it in Italian, I think. And he was kind of drawing this triangle a little bit differently than me. He had like a ascending triangle. But if we take this thing and we just take the trend line from the high to the low right here, and we just move this baby up, right? It is very interesting to see that we're coming right up to around this golden pocket area, okay? So the technical target of this triangle, and you know, you can see I'm not drawing this 100% perfect. You know, we can change where we draw this thing. It's taking us right up to that golden pocket, and then also to the downside here. It's going to take us down to the golden pocket as well, regardless of which way we break. And we can draw this different ways, so these are not exact targets. But the point is that we can see that there's a lot of intersectionality, right? Intersectionality around here, okay? And it's very interesting to see those targets here as well. And so if we do come to the upside, I will be looking to take massive shorts at those resistances. And if we come down to the downside, well, this golden pocket right here is so dang juicy. It's so juicy because not only is it a Fibonacci golden pocket, but also it would grab all the liquidity from here, right? There's liquidity, liquidity. I can't say that. That doesn't sound right. Liquidity. Yeah. Liquidity down there. And yeah. Now something else, one more thing I want to point out, one more thing is this. We could also draw this triangle like this, and we could take another trend line like this, okay? Just connecting those wicks. And then if we do also measure the move from the high to the low, and this thing breaks to the downside, we're coming down to a very important area of support, which is this 23,000. Now 23,000, why is that so important? Why is that so important? It's so important because if we just take a look at this over here, let's go back in time. I want to take you guys down memory lane, okay, to good old 2020, right before 2021. When the corn broke that 20K level, right? When the corn broke that 20K level, it was monumental. It was monumental. I remember the break of 20K. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm so glad I hodled. That's, you know, it just gave me confidence, right? In buying the top. Because, of course, I bought Bitcoin in 2017 at 20K. Just kidding. I didn't do that, guys. Never buy the top. But seriously, we broke that 20K. It was massive. And we consolidated right here at that $23,000 level. And so for almost a whole week, we have formed this mini range right here. And, you know, there's a lot of volume that traded here. And then basically it was a bull flag, and we broke out of it, never to come back and retest. Now, a lot of people say that we're entering into I can't say it because it's a bear market, right? I hate saying that term. It scares me, guys. I'm scared of bears. When I go out walking at night around my property, I have to make sure I carry my AR-15 with me in case a bear comes out of the woods and tries to eat my head off. You know, they scare me, and I don't want to be in a bear market. I don't want to buy a bear at the market, and neither do I want to sell one. And so here's the thing. If we are entering into a bear market, if we're in a bear market, and honestly, I don't even use that term bear market because there's no such thing as a bear or a bull market, in my opinion. The technical term of a bear market means we've been in a 20% dip. Well, let me tell you, we've been in a 20% dip for a long time, right? We've been in bear markets inside bear markets over here. And so, yeah, if we're going into a bear market, right, I'm going to use that term loosely, right? I'm going to use that term loosely. Then, we've never actually come down in a massive downtrend for Bitcoin to touch the previous all-time high of the previous, what they call a bull market. And so this 23K, I think, would catch a lot of people off guard because people are waiting for the 28K, people are waiting for the golden pocket, and people are waiting for lower than 20K, right? It seems to me that the majority of the folks, okay, to use that term folks, right? I'm using that term because my pops is over my house. He's a baby boomer, and that's a boomer kind of word, right? Hey, folks.
Hey, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, you know, a lot of folks are waiting for price to come down to that lower than 20K, and people are not watching that $23,000 level. So this is kind of the macro, in my opinion. And so now let's get into the micro. Let's get into the micro. Okay? I want to talk about what we can expect potentially before this triangle breaks, because how can we predict? What I like to do is I like to schlong, okay? If I identify a range that is going sideways, right? I like to identify clear highs and clear lows, and I like to get myself into swing trades and then hold those swing trades, the long and the short, at the same time, okay? Hold the long and the short at the same time. For example, my most recent short trade is from up here, and my most recent long trade is honestly, it's not the best entry in the world, but I took it anyway, was from right down here when we got this trigger wave on the 4-hour time frame. Okay? And so I'm short from here, I'm long from here, and my hope in this is I've taken 50% out of both trades, and my hope is that whatever way we break, I will be able to hold those trades to the targets, okay? Because it can be risky, guys. It can be risky. Very risky to try and like long a resistance or short a support in most cases. And so what I like to do, if I see we're forming some kind of triangle, is I like to take the trade, I'd like to long the bottom of the triangle and short the top of the triangle. And of course I'm talking about paper trading, guys, because this is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor. And I don't recommend anybody trade with real money because, again, guys, the purpose of life is to avoid all risks at all cost. And for that purpose, because trading is risky, we don't ever want to do it. We never want to put ourselves in any kind of danger or take any kind of risk. We want to make everything as safe as possible. Okay? And so we have a few ranges I want to take a look at. First of all, if we look at the volume that traded here, we can see a few things that are important. We do, in fact, have the value area high of this range up here, and we have the value area low of this range down here. And so these are the overall points that I am like most interested in trading, okay? And of course, the value area changes over time as we continue to form price action in this range. But in general, we want to look for shorts when we come up to the high and longs when we come down to the low. And the way this works, if anybody doesn't know, is this is defining for us a fair value for the asset, meaning if price comes above this high here, it's considered overbought. The price is too high. We can expect people to realize profits And when they do so, the price is going to come back down into the fair value area. And then when we come down here, this is oversold. And this is where people, at least smart people, are going to say, you know what? This asset is now at a bargain. I'm going to buy and hold until we come back into the oversold territory. And really, trading simply is buying at a bargain, selling at when it's overpriced, right? And so what we can do is we can use these as areas where we can be really looking for important trades. Now, a few things. Right now, we have some very key areas, and we also have sideways markets within sideways markets. So the juiciest level that I see right now is going to be this when it comes to taking a long trade. If we pull our Fibonacci retracement from that swing low, that most recent swing low, to the most recent swing high, we can see a few things. Number one, we have a golden pocket Fibonacci support coming down right here at this high volume node, a massively high volume node at around 38.9, okay? Around 38.9. If this triangle is going to break to the upside, one of the juiciest areas I could imagine possibly trading would be us coming down to this area right here, right? And getting a bounce from there, okay? Now, when we're looking at value areas, we want to make sure that we understand that when we're looking at these center points, these high volume nodes, this is where the most of the asset has transacted, exchanged hands. This means there's a lot of liquidity there at that price. And so if price comes down to it, if we're trading above that level, we can look for a bounce. If we're trading below that level, we can look for a rejection, okay? A rejection. Just like, you know, when I was in high school and I tried to ask girls out on dates, they gave me the old rejection, right? And it was hard. It was difficult. It was hard, you know? And to this day, I'm unable to talk to females. In fact, I've become an incel. In fact, a lot of you guys know that I'm a MGTOW incel, but I'm also a trans MGTOW incel. So even though I'm married with children, I identify as an incel. And let me tell you, the discrimination in the workplace is unbearable. It's absolutely unbearable. People just don't understand the struggle that I have to go through being a trans MGTOW, a trans incel. And, you know, I'm actually taking my son to court to sue him because he refuses to call me an incel. He's like, Dad, you're my dad. There's no way you're an incel. You've obviously had marital relations with my mother. Very frustrating, guys. Extremely frustrating. But why was I talking about incels? Right. The rejection. The rejection. Yeah, well, we're trading above that POC right now. So I'd be actually looking for a bounce, right? A bounce. Different than a rejection. Different. And so when we come down to this area, what I would like to see, what I would like to really see is on some of these lower time frames, maybe the 1 hour time frame, I would really like to see like something like this. If we come down to that area and we are getting some kind of a bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame like this, that's a clear sign we could bounce. Or another sign that we could get a bounce is if the money flow does cross under here on the 1 hour and we come down. I would also like to see the 1 hour becoming oversold, okay? If the 1 hour becomes oversold, that also would be a sign that we would get a bounce from this area. Or there's one more possibility. If we see that we're getting a hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame, let's say, for example, we get a momentum wave that comes down really, really low, like super low right here. And we can see that momentum is putting in the lower low as the price is putting in the higher low. That is also a continuation pattern. And so if we are going to get our move from there, these are some things we can look for to determine if it's a good place to potentially enter the trade to get into a long, which will break us out of that triangle. Now, if we lose this high volume node right here, this golden pocket high volume node, again, you know, it's going to turn me a little bit bearish, okay? It's going to turn me a little bit bearish. And the reason is because once we're underneath that high volume node, we have now flipped massive support into resistance, and then we can expect us to come down lower. Okay, we can expect us to come down lower. And that would be a little bit bad for the bulls. Now, if none of what I'm saying makes sense to you guys, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. Okay, because what this course does, it gives you a clear point A to point B system, so that you always know where you're looking to enter a trade, where to take profit, where to set your stop loss, so you always have a plan in advance, so you can be like this man right here, super confident no matter what happens. Okay, there's currently a 25% discount in the description. Check it out, guys. How to feel confident in your trades, how to stop FOMO trading, how to stop trading with emotion. People have gone through this course, and literally I have multiple people in the VIP Discord who have actually started to do this full time after internalizing this information, right? Because it's systematized and it's very mathematical, so that, you know, we're using risk management, we're using probabilities, we're using setups that have very high win rates, so that if you actually stick to it, you can grow the account over time. You could check out the link in the description. There's a 25% discount. Also, guys, if you've already taken this course, if you want to explore the joys and the wonders of trading TPO charts, trading order flow charts, and learning all this kind of stuff, we do now have an advanced technical analysis course. Myself and Boyan have created this course. As you can see, it's a course with 2 capital letters in it. You can check that out as well. And this goes over a whole bunch of stuff here, market profile, TPO, and all that kind of stuff. You can check that out as well. All right, guys. So we got our support, we got our resistances, and we do have resistances. 42K is still a very important resistance. The reason is because if we pull our fib from the high to the low, we can see that we've got the golden pocket coming in right here. And also, we have some levels just above us right here. We have some levels just above us right here that could also give us some pretty nice areas of resistance. Okay. Now, currently, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I am long. This is the setup I gave in the VIP Discord. Let everyone know, hey, pretty much my trading plan is the same as yesterday, except for this potential long. That's the long I'm currently in right now. Stop loss is at the entry, or did I put it at the entry? I actually don't remember. I should probably check. But TP1 is hit. By the way, if you want to get into the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/JasonCasper. This is the Discord group where we post daily technical analysis updates, giving you all the juicy levels that you should be looking for trades. 2 live streams a week. And honestly, we really do provide a lot of value here. Shout out to everyone who has been taking these trades, doing this analysis with us. We have a thriving community of traders in here posting the juiciest technical analysis, guys. Shout out to K-Pax, one of the best traders in the world. And shout out to Bitcoin Air. Shout out to White Phoenix. White Phoenix, also an amazing trader. These guys are awesome, right? I love this community. I love it. And today's game day. We're going to play some games, do some Bitcoin giveaways. It's going to be a good time, guys. It's going to be a good time. But we also have to be aware that we could, and I'm actually kind of expecting, perhaps, just based on the fact that the daily time frame is starting to print this red trigger wave, I think perhaps we could get some kind of a fake out, maybe like this, and then get a dump and then get a pump, right? That's kind of what I'm actually kind of hoping for. Because we do have some important areas of resistance above us. First of all, we're on the daily time frame right now. We can see, just based on this daily time frame, that we have an important area of liquidity right here at these 2 daily candles. Boom. Okay. This is a daily level of resistance right here. Okay. It's a daily level of resistance. Not only is it a daily level of resistance, but if we take our fib from here to the low and we turn on some other fib levels like this, We can see that it's also a fib resistance. Okay, it's also a fib resistance. And if we come over here to a weekly profile, or actually no, let's go to the daily, because we do have an important area up here at around that 43. But let's go to the daily volume profile chart. We can see that right around that 42K area. Oof! Wow! Wait a second. Is this real? Is this real right now? Is this a glitch? Did we have a naked point of control, a daily naked point of control from yesterday? Is that true? Is that the truth? Let's investigate here. Let's investigate. That is the truth, guys. That is very interesting. All right, we have a pretty juicy level of resistance locally right here. We can see that yesterday we put in a daily naked point of control at about 40,975. About 40,975. So right about here, 40,975. That's interesting. I didn't catch that this morning. 47,905. A naked daily point of control right there. Interesting. That's super interesting. And not only is it a naked daily point of control, but right around there we also have the previous day EQ. Right? So that's interesting. And then we also have the previous day. We also have obviously the previous day point of control right there, which is a naked one. It's a naked one. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Right near that daily open as well. Right near that daily open at 4,900. 4,900. Actually, it looks like Bitcoin right now is at the VWAP. Is Bitcoin at the VWAP? Let's investigate some of this stuff, guys. Bitcoin's at the VWAP right now. This is a great take profit. A great take profit for anybody who's in that long. This is a great take profit, honestly. And yeah, it's a great take profit. Yeah, when volume's low like this, we usually find some lazy stomps at that VWAP right there. Yeah, we usually find some lazy stomps. And yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But okay, so back to this now. Back to this. Yeah, so we got an important area of resistance right up above us. It's pretty important. This naked point of control right here is actually very interesting. Let's zoom into a lower time frame and do some more investigation here. Let's do some more investigation here. Wow. Wow. Okay. So if we are going to come down from here, we have a pretty nice confluence right there where we have the golden pocket and we have a naked daily point of control. Okay, so potentially we could do something like this, right? This would be a nice area, honestly, to look for a short, and that's right around 40,970. And then, honestly, so the two areas I'd really be looking to short right now would be 40,970, and then the 41.9K area where we have the fib level and that daily level. And I'm pretty sure we still do have the naked daily point of control up there. Yeah, it's around 42.75. It's around 42.75, so a little bit higher. 42.75. Got this naked daily point of control up here. So these are really the two zones that I really am looking for to potentially short this, because we can see the money flow coming down on the 1 hour. So if we're gonna get a weekend dump, I'd be looking to short these areas. Okay, now of course only if I get my confirmations, guys. And you know what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for uneven butt cheeks. Okay, if I'm looking to take a long, I want to see this beautiful picture. Okay, uneven butt cheeks. Let me express my love for uneven gluteal muscles. Now, I don't know. It's up for debate whether or not this is muscle. We could discuss that another time. That's neither here nor there. However, when you see either upside down uneven butt cheeks like this or right side up uneven butt cheeks like this, at a key level of support or resistance, that means we're going to get a bounce or a rejection from that level. Okay, here's what I mean by that. If anybody is unfamiliar with uneven gluteals, when I was posting my trade setup this morning, okay, what did I want to see? I wanted to see the left momentum wave be nice and juicy and the right one not so juicy. And it kind of looks like a butt, right? It kind of does look like a butt. Let's see if I can find a good example here on the 1 hour time frame of uneven butt cheeks, because I just love to talk about them. And can we find? Well, I can find some upside down uneven butt cheeks for sure, but right side up ones not so much right now. But essentially what we're looking for is we want to see a momentum wave that is very, very low, and then we want to see a second momentum wave that is not so low. In fact, here's a great example of uneven butt cheeks. Right here. Okay, so we could see that the price is getting lower right here, but right here we have the left butt cheek nice and big, the right butt cheek kind of uneven. That gives us a massive pump. So if we're coming down to areas of support, we want to see uneven butt cheeks. If we're coming up to if we're coming up to areas of resistance, we want to see upside down uneven butt cheeks, where we see the same thing but upside down, where that left butt cheek on the left is nice and juicy, and then the right one is, you guys know. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Dolores. You know, that waitress at the diner with the Brooklyn accent who smokes too much. Hey, Dolores, get over here. This guy needs another cup of coffee. Hang on, I'm going outside for a cigarette. And she's a nice lady. You know, she brings you your water. She brings you your coffee in the morning. And she's pretty skinny. She got the veins popping out of her hands over there on the neck. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're looking for, guys. Yeah, so we're actually getting a pretty nice pump right here. Actually getting a pretty nice pump. And let's see what happens. We do have this naked daily point of control coming up right above us. And by the way, if you want to learn all this stuff, naked point of controls, volume profile charts, TPO charts, you can check out the link to the advanced technical analysis course in the description of the video. Will be in the pinned comment also afterwards, and you can learn stuff like this. Pretty cool stuff, actually. Pretty cool stuff for getting some levels. In fact, yesterday, well, never mind. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not. But let's pop into the chat and see, is anybody even still here? Wow, people are here. Shout out to all 400 people. I can't believe 400 people are actually listening to my voice. Shout out to Robert Bonar, holding it down with the wrench, holding it down with the raccoons. Shout out to Luciano. Yeah, she's from New York. She's from Brooklyn. Yeah, for sure. Oh no, Maca didn't miss the long when the power cut. Yeah, man, I hate when that happens. I've had that. Can we take a look at ETH? Yes, we can take a look at ETH. Shout out to Pasternak Gate, who loves me some Casper. I love some of you. Crypto K wants to know, why is the point of control naked? I'll tell you why. It's naked. Okay, the point of control is naked because what happens is, if we're whatever session we're looking at, right? If we're looking at a daily volume profile chart, each one of these candles is a candle and a volume profile, and every volume profile has a high volume node. That is known as the point of control. That's the highest volume node that traded in that session, whatever time frame you're looking at. And if price never comes back to touch that, right? The daily candle closed down here. The new daily candle opened right here, and price never actually came up to touch this level, meaning this is a naked point of control. We can see also that 2 days ago, we put a naked point of control right here, but today the price wicked down and touched it, thereby putting close upon the naked point of control. And so it's no longer naked, it's now a closed point of control. And closed point of controls can still be powerful things, okay? They can still be powerful things. So, it doesn't... It could still be a good confluence, but naked ones, those are nice. Those could be nice, because that means there's a lot of liquidity there. We know a lot of trades opened up here, And let's say a lot of people shorted. Let's say they sharded here. Okay, they shorted here. And we have a lot of people in shorts here, and those shorts are still open. And when the price comes back down here, a lot of shorts are going to be closing out right at the entry. They're going to be like, well, dang, yin, gang, gang. You know, I better close out my trade right now. Now let's take a look here at the Bitcoin real quick. Oh, man, honestly, guys, okay, so here's a bullish scenario. I'm gonna give y'all a bullish scenario. The bullish scenario is this: money flow crossing into the blue on the 4-hour time frame, daily time frame. Money flow looking like it wants to cross. Man, if we do something like this, let me tell you, right? If we do something like that and money flow crosses on the 1 day, that could be super bullish. That could be super bullish. That could be super dang bullish. And you know, that's one of the reasons why I am in a long right from this juicy 4-hour trigger wave right here over on PHEMEX. Been trading a lot on PHEMEX, been trading a lot on ByBit. Been trading a lot, guys. Terry Toucan says, mate, you were a little coy. What is that? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I'm going to have to Google that on DuckDuckGo. It's a fish. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, man. Cool. Is it possible to pay with crypto for the Discord? Yeah, technically it's possible, but it's difficult. Oh, so Tannen wants to know if I normally keep my bot triggers open from the day before. Yes, I do. But it really depends on the context, right? Shout out to BK, who dislikes for a stupid title as usual. BK dislikes the video because of the stupid title. Shout out to BK. I wonder if BK has a YouTube channel. Let's find out. No, I'm never going to find BK's YouTube channel either. Well, thank you, BK, for being here, man. May the Lord bless you. And thank you for the dislike. Speaking of dislikes, guys, make sure to like the video because we have 400 people in here and only 200 likes, and that crushes my self-esteem even more than getting that that rejection from all the females that have ever rejected me before. Matic found perfect support at the point of control. Interesting. Well, not at the macro point of control, but I'm sure it did find some support at a point of control. I don't know. Okay. I mean, we have a high volume node right here. So is that the one you're talking about? Because we definitely have that high volume node. We definitely have it. Shout out to Din Sigel, who says Shabbat Shalom, Happy Purim. Thank you, thank you. Same to you. Shout out to Memory Man. Spawn the Bitcoin Overlord wants to know, how do I manage my alerts and my TA folders? The way I do that is, if I'm looking for a trade, I set 2 alerts. The first alert that I set is to let me know that we're getting close to my level. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to take a long, or I wanted to take a short from here. Let's just say, okay. Well, let's actually do a short that I actually took. Okay, I actually took this short right here, and it was juicy, and I'm proud of it, guys, because you know it was just a very nice short trade. That was the first short. Where's the second short? I don't even know anymore. We do take a lot of trades out. Aha. Okay, so it was right here. This short from up here. let's say I want to short that. Okay, what I will do is I will set an alert, first of all, right here, as prices are nearing the level. And this tells me that I just need to keep it in the back of my mind that pretty soon price is going to come to the level I want to short. So this white line right here is the short line. And this level right here is the get ready line, okay? This is get ready. Now, when then I'm ready, I will set another alert very close to the short line, super close, like this, okay? And this basically is the trade or no trade line, okay? The trade or no trade line. Because the trade or no trade line, and I accidentally set the alert instead of giving it the label. So let me edit that alert here. Let me edit that alert, and let me actually delete that alert. And let me just change the name of this line to be the trade or no trade line. The trade or no trade line is now the second alert that goes off, and I look at the chart and I ask myself, is there a trade here, yes or no? And then I decide to enter the trade, okay? That's how I do it. That's how I manage the alerts. And I pretty much do that every day for my plan for the day. And the way you put these things in folders is very simply over here on the object tree. You're going to come down to this 3 pieces of paper stacked on top of each other. And you can put things in folders like these 3 horizontal lines, which are, let's say they're alerts. You just click one, put the shift button on, click the last one, and then click this plus folder right here, and then give that folder a name. So let's say I would give this trade number 1 alerts, or whatever I give it, whatever title you want to give that, and then you can lock it and turn it on and off, right? Because I don't want to have things on the chart all the time. So I have, like, for example, my more macro TA on the chart right here, okay? But then I have my hyper local TA right here. See, I have my more local technical analysis if I'm looking on lower time frames. I have my macro technical analysis if I'm looking for swing trades. I could turn everything on at the same time if I want. I could turn everything off. I could just have like one thing on the chart, whatever I want, at a time. And so it's very nice to organize things in folders like that. Very nice. And shout out to everyone who liked the video. Wow, we got a big spike in likes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Let's see who else we got here in the chat. Why do I charge such crazy prices for my courses? That's a good question, Alex Moon. So here's why. First of all, my courses are extremely inexpensive compared to other courses out there. And I say this humbly and honestly. I have paid literally triple the price for a course that has given a quarter of the information that I give in these trading courses. Okay. So I would like to say that. Second thing is because this is my business. And I would recommend everyone go to my YouTube channel and check out this video that I posted, I think it was last week or maybe a few weeks ago, how to become self-sufficient, And the two things that, well, not the two things, there's actually a lot of things. I literally, yeah. I'm a farmer, I grow my own food, I raise my own animals. This video right here, how to be self-sufficient. It's all about, first of all, creating businesses and then learning how to take the money that you've made from those businesses and invest that money. So for me, the way I do that is because I'm a trader and I love trading, I sell educational content and then I take that money and I invest that money through trading to grow your money so that you can acquire more resources in life. That's a cycle that will get people out of the rat race, right? And so I recommend everybody do such a thing. I recommend everybody do that. It's a great way to get out of the rat race. Starting a business is one of the most empowering things you could do. Isn't that right? Absolutely. Yeah, so this is my business aspect of it. And here's the thing too, Alex. In all seriousness, if you just watch all my streams and all my videos, you will actually learn everything I teach in my course for free. You're essentially paying for the time when you buy that course. Because instead of having to sit here and watch me talk about uneven butt cheeks and adult diapers and all this stuff, you can cut through all that crap and just get right to the information, because I give it to you in order and I give it to you step by step in a comprehensive way so that you have all the puzzle pieces in order, right? Instead of trying to glean a little here and a little there. So, but it's all available free, right? And just watch enough of my videos and you can learn a whole bunch of stuff. So if you don't want to pay, go to my YouTube channel, go to playlists, and check out some of these crypto trading strategies. Check out some of these market cipher tutorials. And honestly, even check out some of my old live streams, because we go over a lot of stuff here. So I hope that answers the question, Alex, my friend. Positive news, Daily Tracy and Jen says I don't have to explain myself. Well, I do think it's important to explain because, you know, that's a great question. That is a great question. Shout out to Eric G, who built a greenhouse last year and has no regrets. I have no regrets either about my my decisions to grow things as well. But yeah. That's oh nice. So Kieran is about to plant some potatoes and sweet potatoes today. That's awesome. That's awesome. Would I offer a one-day only 50% discount for the new advanced course to existing students? Yeah, I would totally do that, actually. I would totally do that. I just have to figure out a way to do that. Yahya Tariq, may God bless you as well. Thank you. And that's true also. Whoa. Oh, man. Wow, so Bitcoin is getting a 1 hour green dot on market Cipher B. And I have to say that things don't look too bullish, do they? This looks like we're gonna put in a we're gonna do something probably like this, because we're getting the green dot, but the green dot, the money flow is coming down. So we'll have to see. We'll have to really see what happens here. Should we take a look at Ethereum? Does anybody want to see Ethereum? What coins should we go over? What coins should we go over? Clipper70, I did not know that there's a TPO chart for TradingView free. I do not know. What Drother. Let's actually check that out. Is there a TPO chart for free in TradingView? Let's check it out. What's it called? Oh, what do you know? What do you know? Does it take a while to load here? I know my computer is slow. Aha! Very interesting. Very interesting. So, is this showing us the time point of control right here? Is this the time profile? It looks like the time profiles. Yes, the time profiles. Very cool, guys. Very cool. So there is a TPO chart available for free in TradingView. Just search TPO. And so basically what's happening here is the red dot is giving you the volume point of control, and the red line is giving you the time point of control. And this is actually pretty dang cool. Didn't know that this was a thing. So thank you for bringing that to my attention, Clipper70. Awesome. Shout out to Memory Man. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Well, we have to do one because Memory Man is giving me a super chat here. So yeah, let's check it out actually. Pirate Chain. I'm all about Pirate Chain, guys. I'm into these privacy coins lately. You know, when I look around and I see everything that's going on, I can foresee that privacy coins are going to be very valuable in the future. And Monero, Pirate Chain, these types of coins. Look at Pirate Chain right now, guys. Look at this money flow crossover on the daily. We technically don't have a bearish div, even though we have this red wave here. You know, I'm just saying, I'm hodling these kinds of coins. Okay, so let's check out one. Harmony. Harmony. Let's check it out. So Harmony, what is happening here? First of all, market Cipher B, money flows coming down on the daily. We don't really have any kind of divergences. We got a trigger wave on the daily. However, we got a trigger wave on the daily. Let's check out the weekly. Right, I don't really check that. I don't really look at these types of coins very much so. So this is the first time I'm actually really looking at this. So when I'm analyzing a fresh coin, what I do is I just start by looking at market Cipher and just kind of identify the environment. What does the market want to do here? Potentially right here, we can see that we are getting a hidden bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. A hidden bullish divergence is when momentum is making a lower low, but price is making a higher low, potentially telling us that this is a higher low in an uptrend that will then continue. Okay, and so that's the first thing I see is a potential green dot on the weekly, and green dots on weekly time frames, unless we're talking about Cardano, green dots on the weekly time frame give us pretty significant moves to the upside. Look at the last green dot on the weekly we had for one, pretty high, right? I'm talking under the zero line, by the way, not just on the above the zero line. I'm talking under the zero line. And then we come down to the daily, and we can see that we do have, in fact, a anchor wave and a trigger wave here, but the VWAP's coming down. So one of two things is either going to happen. Either we're going to do something like this, or we're going to do something like this, okay? Now, it's impossible really to know which one is going to happen, but I would say, based on money flow, that it seems a little bit more likely that we... It's hard to say. It really is hard to say, but money flow is coming down, which is something we need to keep in mind. So let's zoom in a little bit more to the 4 hour. Now, in the 4 hour, we can see money flow is coming up. Because money flow is coming up on the 4 hour, that can kind of clue us in that potentially we've peaked out on the money flow on the daily, and we're going to start doing something like this. Okay, that can clue us in a little bit. That potentially money flow has peaked out in the red, and we're going to start reversing now, because we can see on the 4 hour that the money flow is getting higher. Okay, every time now we print a wave of money flow in the purple, it's getting higher. It was getting lower, right? And then now it's getting higher. Okay, and we can see it's even starting to cross into the blue. And so that's kind of the context that we have, where I would feel that right now it's possible that we can get a move to the upside. We could get a move to the upside from here. We are in an uptrend. We're putting in higher highs and higher lows. So it's possible that we get another move to the upside. However, the concerning thing for me is the fact that we have the bearish divergences now on the weekly. And so if I had to guess what is going to happen, I would assume that we probably now do something like this. I would assume we probably do something like that because of the bearish divergences on the weekly, it's possible now that we start to do something like this and just keep on coming down with momentum. So that being said, let's mark out some key areas of support and resistance to kind of find out where we could look for trades with this coin. So first of all, we have support down here. Okay, we have clear support down here. We have clear support right down here. This is a weekly level support at about 6.3 cents. And then we have resistance right here. Okay, those would be two major areas of support and resistance. And really, we're just looking at this as a potential sideways range right here. And then, of course, we have another area of support right down here. Now this is actually a very important area of support for Harmony, because we can see that this is clearly resistance now flipped into support. Okay, so these would be the three major areas that I would be keeping my eyes on for sure. And now let's just take a look at some volume here to see if we can get more information about all this. Okay, so I would say that we are currently trading underneath the highest volume node right here. And when we're trading underneath the high volume node, we do expect lower prices. And so right now, a major area of support that I see confluence at is down here at this yellow line at about 6.3 cents, because it's the bottom of this value area where this is where Harmony would be considered oversold. And we also have this important level of weekly support right there. So let's see if we can find any other confluence at that level. I'm going to go ahead and take a fib retracement tool from the low to the high. We can see that we actually do have a 0.886 fib level coming in right around that area. Let's pull some other fibs just to see what we can get here, if we can get anything actually. Not really. Let's pull another fib from this low down here. Oh crap, I'm on log scale. Didn't even realize that. Didn't even realize that I'm on log. No wonder things look so no wonder these fibs were coming out. Oh man. So look at this. We actually bounced off the golden pocket. Now we're kind of rejecting off the golden pocket. Yeah, I would have to say honestly that for me, the next major area of support that I would be looking at would be down here at about like 0.5815 dollars for a long trade. I don't really see. I wouldn't personally want to take a trade on this right now, but let's just see one more thing. Yeah, so basically the way I would look to kind of trade this is I would look to short this thing from either here at this high volume node or here where we have confluence between the 382 and that value area high, or I would look to long this thing from down here. If we came down to this green box between 5.651 cents and 0.06662 cents, that could be really nice. That could be really, really nice, especially if we start to see the daily money flow starting to curve back up, right? Basically, exactly what happened right here, right? Exactly what happened right here. We come down to the support, and as we're down at the support, we see the daily giving us nice deep waves, trigger waves, and money flow starting to come up. This would be a long trade that I would look to take for Harmony right here as like a swing trade, because this is coming down to clear support. The fact that we're underneath this high volume node to me says look for lower, and you know, this is a very good potential trade right here, where we have the you know, we're risking 20% to potentially gain 450%. That's a 23-to-1 risk reward ratio. Of course, we could make our stop loss a little bit lower, let's say, and still have a 17-to-1 risk reward ratio. But really, down here, we've got the weekly and we've got these fibs. And if we start to see our signals down here, I would enter this trade. And really, the safest place to put that stop loss would have to be below these lows right here. But you know, as price comes down to that area, we can determine our risk, we can determine our leverage. I usually swing trade altcoins with low leverage, like 5x, 10x at the most. So yeah, that's kind of what I would be looking at right there. Yeah. Aaron G, you're in the hospital, bro? I hope everything's okay. Oh, awesome! You just had a baby girl. Well, Baruch Hashem. That's wonderful, brother. Congratulations. Congratulations. Andrew loves Pirate Chain. Andrew loves Pirate Chain. And I also love it. Shout out to Nathan Sandborg, who just got 4 chickens in a coop. That's awesome. I love chickens and I love chicken coops. Positive news daily, Tracy and Jen. Would I ever consider a 1 to 3 day hands-on workshop? Yes, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Shout out to Boyan over here. Do you use Market Cipher A? Yeah, I do. I do use Market Cipher A. So really, Market Cipher A. Let's check out the corn over here. This is really cool. This TPO chart for TradingView. That's actually really cool. That is super cool. Market Cipher A, I do use the blood diamonds, the yellow X's, and I also use the 21 EMA. And interesting, the 21 EMA is lining up very, very nice with the VWAP. And these blood diamonds and the yellow X's, those are very powerful signals on Market Cipher A. And I don't know for certain what they calculate. I know people out there know exactly what these things calculate, but they're super powerful signals. And I use Market Cipher A as more of a reassurance and not so much confirmation. Because if you're getting bearish signs on Market Cipher A, especially the blood diamonds and yellow X's, they can be super powerful. I think they're calculated by, I actually have no idea. I have no idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Has something to do with the EMAs. Has something to do with the EMAs. Yeah. Oh man, Memory Man, I'm sorry you lost your chicken last weekend. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there a software that sees most common Market Cipher view patterns or something? I don't know if there's a software for it, but you know, the most powerful Market Cipher patterns are divergences with momentum and money flow. Divergences with momentum and money flow are extremely, extremely powerful. And I would have to say that if somebody's new to this trading game and you just focus on trading divergences with momentum and money flow, you'll have a very high win rate. Combined with good risk management, you'll do well. Oh, if the EMAs cross quickly? Interesting, interesting. Well, guys, we've been on for over an hour, and I do have to head out, but I appreciate all of you. May God bless all of you. And receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. The purpose of this blessing is that the creator of the heavens and the earth would place his name upon you and bless you and give you completeness. And it goes like this in Hebrew: Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasemcha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Israel. In English, that means may the Lord bless you and protect you. May he shine his light upon you and have grace upon you. And may the Lord turn his face towards you and give you completeness and wholeness in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. I pray that everyone is super blessed, and I'll see y'all in the next stream. Peace.